Hi guys, and I thought I would share with you a video of my dark moon ancestor working. This has been adapted from a book I read, and I've adapted the ritual to my own way. And what I will do is I can't think of a book by heart, but I will put it in the show notes beneath the ritual. And you can go, if you want to, and look for this yourself, or indeed even make your own. So if this is a ritual, it's about reciprocation. And every dark moon I will offer these simple things to the ancestors in return for the thanks that they have helped me throughout the month, even in the smallest ways. And the very simple offerings of light, water and incense, and that is basically it. And these offerings, for me at least, are to bring happiness and peace of mind to myself as well as to those of the beloved dead. So water is the most basic of offerings, and it is it's what we need to live. Our bodies are made up of probably about 80% of water, so it makes sense to offer this to the ancestors, because water is also a spiritual element as well. You can add to it crushed herbs or rose petals, certain essential oils. I just offer it plain. And then you would offer a candle, which represents the light, and then the incense. Either you can burn resin incense on a charcoal disc or use the incense stick. It really doesn't matter, it's what your preference is. And it's about releasing scent, but it's also about bringing in that earth element. So there's three elements here. There's four. There's water, there's the fire, there's the air with the incense, and then there's earth. Because what you would also do is offer a little bowl of earth as well. It could be earth from your garden or from a graveyard. It really doesn't matter. It's entirely up to you. So I'm now I have already set the candle and I'm setting down the offering. I mean, mine's in a basic little espresso mug. I've put that in front of my late husband there because my late husband used to love espresso. In fact, he'd order a double espresso when we went to Costa or Starbucks. I have the candle already lit and the incense is over there. My earth is here. I always keep earth on the ancestor altar, and that's a permanent offering, so that's already offered there for the ancestors. And then I'm going to bring in the incense as well. So I shall just bring the incense in now. I have got it sitting on an abalone just to catch the dishes, and that is to go there. Ancestors, I call to you to be here with me now and always. Accept these offerings in the love they are given to you. I offer you earth, the grounding element, to secure our relationship and to ground me when I am needed to be grounded. I offer you water. It is the spiritual element, the pure element. I offer you incense, the air element, for communication and for a connection between us now and always. I offer you a candle, the fire element, for warmth, but also to light the way on my path and to light the way on yours, and to illuminate us both in the presence of divine love. Accept these humble offerings in love and remembrance. Beloved ancestors, please feed on this earth, smoke, water and light, to nourish and strengthen you. Blessed be. And I'm now just going to sit in quiet contemplation just for a couple of moments. Spirits who aid and guard me, be with me now and always. Please feed on this light, smoke and water, and be nourished and strengthened. Spirits who obstruct my path, spirits that I have offended by ignorance or transgression, please feed on this light, smoke, water and earth. Be nourished and strengthened, and let there be peace between us for all our days. Spirits who watch over me, aid and guide me on my path. Open the roads that I travel, so that they may be free of obstacles. Grant me clear vision, so I can see the ways forward. Protect me from all harm and from all wrathful beings who would do me harm. So it is. Okay, so I have now done my ancestor working where I've offered the water, the light, incense and the earth. And I will allow that incense to burn down, and then I will blow out the candle. And I have 2 oracle decks. Well, one's a tarot deck and one's an oracle deck, and I always keep these on my ancestor altar. And I use these to have a monthly communication. It's kind of a way of getting advice from the ancestors. And here I have the 2 of Wands, which actually flew out of the deck. So I decided to use that because it flew out of the deck as I was shuffling. And Wands are the element of fire. They're about passion, creation, action, doing things. And they can also be about moving forward, having that drive. And then I have an oracle card. So when I first drew this card, I looked at the figure on the card, and around her she's crowned with like an antler crown or something, and she's moving forward in the darkness, but she's surrounded by sparkly lights. And the first thing that came to mind with this card and the message when I drew it was finding your inner light. And then when I shuffled the oracle deck and drew this card, it just confirmed that for me. So I kind of have lost my way in a way, because I'm having to look after an elderly parent, and I've had to put my own things on hold, moving to Glastonbury full time, etc. And in that, I've kind of lost the spark, because I'm now focused on looking after an elderly parent. And what the ancestors are trying to remind me to is, don't ignore or extinguish your own light. Keep your own light lit. In other words, don't forget about you. Nurture you. Still do things you want to do. Don't put everything on hold, because you've still got your life to live. And that's kind of what I'm getting here with this message. It's about finding your inner light and following your inner light. Even if that inner light can't be as bright as it normally would be because of a lot of commitments you might have, that inner light can still shine and you can still follow it. All right, your path might be reduced for the time being, but you can still do things. You can still shine that inner light, even though it might be dimmer than you'd want it to be. Now, if anyone else watching this feels this message resonates with them, please feel free, you know, to take it on board. So that's what the ancestors are communicating to me. And in finding my inner light, when I'm up here with my mother, I do try to do things locally. I go to a local yoga group, which I absolutely love. I will do local meditation circles, and that keeps my inner flame alight. Obviously not as bright as it would be if I was in Glastonbury, but still my inner flame is alight. However, because I always close my Etsy shop in the summer, that will dim my inner light, because I'm taking a break from doing my healing work and readings. So my inner light is going to dim anyway. So that might not be a bad thing either, because when you do spiritual work, it's important to have rest, as it would be in any kind of work. Rest and recuperation is important. So I feel this message is about that as well. So I thought I would share my ancestral working with you on this dark moon, and blessed be.